Hi, welcome to AFTV. I've got Julian with me. We've just been sporting 5-1 at the Jose Avalad. Julian, you said 1-0, and you didn't really know how it was going to be 1-0. You said it's more, I suppose you went with your heart, but it ended up being 5-1. Never expected that.
No, I didn't go with my heart. I was...
Went with logic and stats and enlighten me.
I went with peer group pressure because
With who? Us?
No, it wasn't you. There's a lot of noise around me that talked about Sporting being this amazing team and that they were going to batter us and that, that they've won 11 out of 11, maximum points.
This is true.
Their manager has 100% record.
You said that. You're the one that said that.
No, but he did have a 100% record against a 4th division amateur team. In other football, as we've looked at, his longer career, he has 36.36%, and I think on this performance it will be going closer to 36.36% rather than 100%, because I really didn't think Sporting performed at a level that the noise was telling me. But
is that down to the manager change, or is it? It's not solely on that. They've got a good team, and we even said that in the stands. They're well organised. They got a well balanced team, but just Arsenal were too good today.
Well, look, it definitely didn't help them. I think we caught them at the right time.
Right.
I mean, not only was their manager, who's been hugely successful, has left them, he also took 5 of their backroom staff, which must decimate them. And you've got a guy that's come in, to be fair to him, he doesn't have much experience, and it showed tonight. But the other thing is, they're not used to playing teams of our quality. I mean, if you look at the Portuguese league, and I'm not going to be too dismissive of it, but there's teams there that I personally had never heard of. I think the team in 13th, AVS football, sad. They've only been around for 18 months. I've never heard of a team in English football that was formed 18 months ago and is in the top league. There's a team in 7th. The name escapes me. I think you're going to have to be careful with the pronunciation. Can you remember it?
It's Famalicão. Not what you were saying in the stands.
Right, okay.
Not fellatio. No, it's not that.
Well, when you read it, it was Famalicão. But it definitely isn't fellatio.
It's not that.
It's not. But
I don't know where your mind is at when you're looking at these stats and watching football.
Yeah, but the point is, they didn't look as good as the noise has been. I mean,
but what they did to City, it's hard to dismiss them. They're a good side. What they did to City, I know right now City aren't, not on the greatest of form or greatest of runs, but they were sitting second in the Champions League. They have been decimating teams, so unbeaten.
No, they have been decimating teams. The other one was the noise around this Gyökeres, and everyone saying, you've got to, Arsenal have got to sign him. They have to sign this guy. And I'm looking at it. I haven't seen much of him. I've seen him live now, and people talk about him being Premiership ready. Well, no. Championship ready may be, but not Premiership ready. He didn't look the player that the noise has been. And
There's a lot of Arsenal fans that really want Gyökeres, and you're just off the one performance, you're just shooing away that performance.
All right, I've seen one performance,
and you've written him off.
No, I haven't written him off.
He's a terrible player, Championship level.
But what I'm saying is, I've seen him play once in a few snippets, and I haven't seen anything in that. The few times that I've seen him that would inspire me that he would get into that Arsenal team. And what I'm saying is that I don't think a lot of people that have been calling for him have seen anything other than a few highlights on YouTube. And to be fair, I saw El Neni's highlights on YouTube, and he looked like a world beater. So I'm just all I can say is what I've seen. Is what I've seen. However, let's get on to the positives, which is the Arsenal performance. And the Arsenal performance.
Oh, Nenny. Gyökeres is crazy.
And that came up at lunch today, actually.
And it was a month after we
No, I got that right, and I won that game.
Right, let's move to the positives.
All right, so move to the positives. Arsenal were absolutely phenomenal. Yeah. And one thing that I noticed that we haven't seen for a while is that the first 2 Arsenal goals, and I think this is what we've been lacking, is we had players in the box, and it was the The two players were the same for both goals. Martinelli and Havertz, both of them could have scored that first goal, and actually both of them could have scored the second. So not only will we put the balls in, but so many times recently, balls have gone in to nobody, and we committed the players forward, and I think that had a massive effect.
Well observed. Yeah. No, I think you're right there. I mean, 5 goals. Out of those 5 goals, what was your favourite? Testing your memory now.
I remember. I tell you which one was my favourite. Was the Saka penalty, because looking at to give them credit, they came out, and this is what they did to City. Beginning of the second half, they hit them with 2 quick goals. And they went 3-1 up. Now, I think that was an absolutely crucial part of the game that we've gone on and we've decimated. We've won really well, 5-1, absolutely slaughtered them. But it was an absolutely critical part of the game. And if they'd got one back, then I don't think we'd be sitting here with me sort of spending all this time with a big smile on my face.
Okay, let me end by, you do a lot of, the probabilities, percentages. How important is it for Arsenal to get in that top 8, and how big of a win is that to get them into that top 8? I know there's still about 3 games left, but for you.
All right, before the competition started, they put this Opta computer on it, and there's a 98% chance that we'd actually qualify into the qualifying rounds by getting 10 points. If we get 16 points, there is, in fact, 15 points, 73% probability of us going through in the top 8. 16 points and 98%. 17 points, we'll definitely get there. We're on 10 points. We've got 3 games left, all winnable. We're through. No one needs to worry.